Hello, welcome back. I am here postpartum. I am excited to share with you my birth story. I had a water birth at home and I didn't film the laboring part so much because I just really wanted to focus on my labor this time around. I did, however, film my previous home birth in a video that I will link below in case you want to go check that out after this one. So this time like I said, I just really wanted to just focus on it, and I didn't really feel like talking to the camera and doing that whole thing, but I still filmed the best part, which is the actual birth inside of the pool. So there's a lot of, I think I have all the footage of from the moment I entered the pool. I will say I am only 8 days postpartum and this is the first time I get ready and put some makeup on. So typically I'm in bed and I'm cuddling with the baby, bonding, resting. I'm taking the whole postpartum extremely serious, and I'm so grateful for my mother-in-law and my husband who really support me through this, because I honestly couldn't do this without them. And I really want to get more into the importance of postpartum and taking the first 40 days seriously, and I will probably do that in a future video. Let me know if you want to hear more about that, but I can share all my tips and all the things that I'm doing to support my recovery, and of course to just support breastfeeding and bonding with the baby after birth. So I am going to just be telling you my birth story, and then I'm going to show you later on the actual footage that I have. But before we get to that, if you're new around here, my name is Melissa and I am a housewife, a mom of 4 now, and I love sharing homemaking, thrifting, home decor and DIYs and all that kind of good stuff. I really like to lean into the seasons. If any of this sounds interesting to you, then feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you stick around so we can grow this community. Okay, so let's just jump right into this. So it started off on July 6th, which was a Saturday, I believe. It was a rainy, stormy, and hot southern North Carolina day. I start feeling some contractions around 4 p.m. and I've been feeling contractions like here and there, like Braxton Hicks, but this time around I start feeling them a lot more consistent, where they're like about maybe 10 to 20 minutes apart. And so then I'm like, okay, something is kind of happening here, because now I'm actually feeling more than just like 1 or 2 random ones. I think around like 5 p.m., 5 or 6 p.m., our power goes out because of the storm, and something happened where one of the poles went down in our neighborhood, I later found out. And so I haven't told anyone that I'm beginning to consistently feel contractions, because I just really like to focus and go all in and not really, tell anybody, because then I feel like people are gonna start asking me, and are you okay, or how are you feeling? They get excited. So I really just wanted to just keep it in with myself. And that's what I have come to realize, that when I labor, I really go all in, and my midwife actually helped me realize this, that I just bring it all in and kind of just deal with it on my own, and nobody on the outside really knows if I'm having a contraction, if I'm pushing a baby, or if I'm pushing at all. And so I just really take it all in and kind of just deal with it on my own. That's just the way I do it, apparently. And you will see more about what I mean later on in this story. So like I said, the power goes out and I'm beginning to feel a little nervous about this, because like I said, I'm feeling contractions and I am just worried that we're not gonna have power. I know sometimes there's like crazy things that happen where you lose power for like days or something, and I was like, this cannot come at the worst time, and we need the power to power up the birthing pool. First of all, we need to make food and all of that. So it was just a little scary. I was a little nervous, but thankfully about like an hour or two later, the power came back on. We ended up going out for dinner because we didn't cook dinner in time because the power was out and our stove is electric. And so we go out for dinner, but before we go out for dinner, I did let my husband know, by the way, like, I'm starting to feel contractions, so I'm just letting you know. And he's like excited, and he runs and tells the girls immediately, which I didn't know about until later. They're like, wait, mom, are you in labor? Yeah, so this is the reason why I keep it to myself as long as possible, because then I get all this excitement, which is sweet. But like I said, I feel like I like to just focus on it and not really have like so much outside voices, or I just go all in. We got back home from dinner. I kept having contractions 10 to 20 minutes apart. I let my mother-in-law know as well. She's already here at our home at this point, and she is pretty much here to help us with everything. She cooks, she cleans, she helps with the other kids, the older girls, and she pretty much just helps us with anything we need. And of course, we are having a home birth, so you know, my husband has to focus on me, or like supporting me, and so she's there for the kids. And in case there's an emergency, which there was an emergency on my previous birth where I had to go to the hospital, she was, you know, she's here in case the kids need someone to stay with. Anyway, I let my mother-in-law know, and just in case anything happens overnight, she can expect it, because, you know, like I said, I'm feeling contractions. So we go to bed, and the contractions are not so strong, so they don't really wake me up that much. But I wake up the next day, and we're still feeling contractions. They are getting stronger, but nothing happened overnight, obviously. I just try to continue keeping myself busy, and I'm working on my nursery video, so I'm like filming that, but I'm feeling contractions in between. I'm keeping my midwives updated, and they tell me that I should not tire myself out with all of these like household things, house chores, that I should probably focus more on my labor. And since my labor is taking quite a while, considering that I'm on my 4th baby and the previous one was 2 years ago, and so it hasn't been like a huge gap since the last birth, so you would think that my birth would come a lot faster, or like move along faster, but it obviously isn't. So my midwife suggests that I do some exercises that are supposed to help get baby into a better position, in hopes that, you know, that can progress labor. Because if you're not aware, sometimes labor can last so long, and that's simply just because baby is not in the perfect position. Yes, baby is head down, baby has been head down for a long time for me, but it's still not like the most optimal way. It could be like, you know, a little bit twisted on the shoulder or something. I'm not exactly sure, but it does have to do with getting the baby like deep into the pelvis in the right position, and that can really progress labor, because your body's like trying to, you know, work the baby through, and the baby's trying to figure it out too. So she had me do the Miles circuit, which is 3 different exercises that each one is 30 minutes long. The first position is supposed to get the baby out of the, you know, pelvis. The second position is supposed to get the baby into the right direction, I guess, like in position. And then the last exercise is supposed to get the baby back down into the pelvis, in hopes of, you know, getting it this time in the right position. And each exercise lasts 30 minutes. So she tells me that I should probably do that. And when I realized that I was going to take an hour and a half to do this, I was like, okay. So I dropped everything I was doing with that whole nursery video, and I decided to just focus on this. I let everybody know I'm gonna be in the room for quite some time, so I'm gonna be busy. I can't really move out of these positions once I'm in them, and I have to kind of just breathe through contractions if I feel them. And so I'm doing the first exercise, where I'm like head down and butt is all up, and I'm just on my knees, and I'm like, okay, trying to relax and rest. I'm in my quiet room, and then I hear like commotion downstairs, like loud voices, like something's happening. The girl's running down the stairs, and I'm like, okay, something sounds like off. So I text my husband, I'm like, is everything okay? And he tells me that my mother-in-law fell in the backyard and she broke her wrist. And I was like, what? Are you sure? And he said that he heard a crack, and she practically passed out as well from all the pain. So this is like the worst possible thing that could happen when I'm in the middle of labor. And at this point, I would say, in deep labor. You know, I'm still in the beginning stages of labor, but I know this is the real thing. He ends up having to take her to the ER. He has to leave me at home while I'm in labor and with the kids. Thankfully, I have older girls, so they're able to help a lot. Labor keeps progressing. Contractions are getting stronger. I try my best to rest in bed, because I know how exhausting it is. And I've been in labor for a couple days, you know, a day and a half now at this point, I think. Trying to rest in hopes of, you know, getting that much needed sleep, because I know that it's gonna happen either overnight or in the morning. I have a contraction timer app, and it stays on when you leave the app open. So I just set it on my nightstand, and then I went to sleep, and the contractions kept on waking me up all night. They were 10 minutes apart, and they were getting so much stronger, where it was very uncomfortable. Like I said, they would wake me up, I would start the timer, and then literally doze back off. Like I was able to doze off like clockwork, like nonstop. I was able to wake up, put the timer, breathe through the contraction, turn off the timer, and then go right back to sleep. And I was able to do that all night, like I said, and they were about 10 minutes apart, and like I said, getting a lot stronger. By the morning, I would say like around 5 a.m., I woke up. I got out of bed because I was like, okay, they're getting so painful, and in bed it's harder to tolerate in the bed. So I decided to sit on the ball, on the birthing, like that big birthing exercise ball I have, and I'm just trying to kind of like rock and sway a little bit. They are getting about like 5 to 7 minutes apart now, and I'm trying to hold off as long as possible. I'm trying to wait till like maybe 7 a.m. and to let my husband and my midwives get some sleep and everyone else in the house, so that, you know, they can have all the energy to really help me through all of this. So I end up vomiting, and for me that's a huge sign that delivery, you know, baby is very close, because I normally like will throw up. So I was like, okay, I'm not feeling good. This is like, I'm starting to feel a lot more pressure down there. I'm gonna call my midwife. So then I let them know, like, you guys can start heading over. They get here around 8 a.m. and then they're setting up the pool, and my husband and all, they're like taking care of all of this. So around 10 a.m. things are still not moving along super quick. So my midwife suggests that I do some exercises that can help. It's actually 2 exercises. The first exercise she tells me to do is where I am laying on my side on the bed, at the edge of the bed, where my belly is like hanging off the bed, and I have one leg straight, I'm on my side, and then the other leg is like hanging down over the bed. And this is supposed to get the baby out of the position. I think that's how it works. I'm not really exactly sure, but I think it's supposed to get the baby out and kind of turned into the right way. And I do this on both sides like that. And as soon as I got into this position, I had a major contraction that made me cry. So my midwife said, this is telling me that you need this. She tells us to do the next exercise, which is where my back is against my husband. He's like supporting me from behind, and he's leaning against the wall, and I kind of have to like bend my knees a little bit, and he has to like grab my belly, kind of like tilt it up, and this helps to get the baby back into the right position in the pelvis. We do this for a number of contractions as well. I was feeling pressure before, but now I'm feeling even more. So I think these exercises really did help to get things moving along a little bit faster. So after this, I'm beginning to feel very, very tired. I'm practically like in tears. I'm not like super loud when I cry, except for that one contraction that I'm telling you. There's a few contractions where I do cry. I was telling my husband, like, I am so tired and it hurts so much, and I just want to get under the blankets and just be warm and sleep. Like, that's all I want to do right now. I really wanted to do that because I just felt so exhausted, and I just wanted to cuddle up. Obviously, I tried, but the contractions are so much worse when I'm laying down. And I also noticed that I feel like there's more progression when I'm not laying down. So anyway, I still decided to lay down and take a break, because I know that, you know, things are moving along, and I just listen to my body so well, and I know that I need this. So I do lay down for a little bit, and I was like, even if I can just sleep 5 minutes straight without, you know, with just sleeping, I would really appreciate it. And I think I probably did catch a couple minutes of sleep. It for sure wasn't more than 5 minutes. And I woke up and I felt like I had to throw up again. My husband brings me the trash can, I throw up. After I vomited, I told my husband, can you let the midwives know it's time for me to get in the pool. I want to get in the pool now. So then I go to the bathroom one last time, and then we go to the pool. I jump in, and this is just from memory because I haven't even watched the footage. I remember just sitting in the pool and just, I guess it's sort of like meditation, where I'm like just very calm. I'm very quiet. I'm still feeling contractions, but I don't really remember making it super obvious that I'm feeling pain or feeling contractions at all. So I am just kind of like bringing it all in. This is a point when I just really get in my zone even more. Oh, by the way, I enter the pool around 12 p.m. Being in the position I'm in, I'm very relaxed, first of all, because the water is really warm, and that helps a lot. And I realized, like, okay, like I am feeling contractions, but things are chilling out a little bit because I am in a warm pool now. So I know that I have to do something about this. So I decide to move and get, you know, kind of like squat in a way, like I'm on my knees, but I'm like obviously more like not sitting and relaxing. And I just, you know, lean over the side of the pool. And of course, the contractions start feeling different. You know, it feels a lot more strong, more pressure. I obviously have the footage of this whole thing, but you don't know what's going on because, first of all, my body's in the water. You can't really see. And then I'm so quiet. So that's why I'm just going to give a little bit of an explanation before I show you that footage. And so yeah, I can feel baby's head. I'm pushing and nobody knows I'm pushing again, but I mean, midwives might know by now since they know the way I birth. I start feeling the crowning and I'm trying to slow it down because I know that I really want to get the baby out, but I also don't want to hurt myself anymore. So I push baby's head, I keep pushing baby's head and his whole head is out. And with Aurora, as soon as the water bag broke, baby's head came and then the whole body just slipped right out. This time it wasn't as fast to get the baby's body out. And I do take pauses sometime through all this as I'm waiting for another contraction to come to help me, you know, push the baby out. Yeah, I think that's it for the talking part. I feel like I talked a lot and I'm just going to go ahead and show you the rest of the footage with me in the birthing pool now.
Let us know if you start feeling crowning or anything. Are y'all catching this time? Is that the plan?
I'll try. If I can, I will.
Okay, you just let us know.
Okay. You want to get out? Yeah. Want mommy to get out? Yeah. Or you want to get in? But the pool's very hot.
Or if the baby's gonna come around.
Water? You want to get you plain water or you want to keep sipping on that?
I'll sip on that.
We'll make a fun dream out for her.
This is nice. That helps. Maybe during birth.
Rama, you missed the birth again. Just kidding.
Sure, they're all broken like
I didn't make mom.
If she's in a good position to catch you over. It's not you, it's me.
Here.
She doesn't even know what.
We're going to try drawing on.
Just a water bag, I feel.
Like a squishy.
I felt it move as I was having a contraction.
It usually comes down.
Oh, water bag broke.
Water broke. Oh, I should probably get a heart rate. I said that in the beginning. I was like, can you get a heart rate real quick? I can't. Oh, we don't know. You can look and see. Sometimes we do cry when we're happy, right?
Hold the baby already.
He's looking at you, Aurora.
She's like, he was like inside, and then he comes out like, crying. And then Aurora took a little while to cry.
There was my second water birth. It was an amazing experience. Anyway, I can talk more details about like little things that I do or tips, you know, for having a natural birth. Let me know. I can share more about things like that in case you're considering a home birth or just a natural birth at a hospital. I've done that before as well. So just let me know if that's interesting to you. But we did name our baby boy Julian Troy. His first name is after my husband. He always said that when he had a son, he would name him after him. And then we added Troy as his middle name because we wanted something masculine. And we have 3 girls. So our girls' names are very traditional, classic, and feminine, in my opinion. And then we wanted our son to obviously, you know, change it up for us because we're so happy that we have a son now. And he was born at 12:40 p.m. So I was in the pool about 40 minutes before he was born. He weighed in at 7 pounds 9 ounces, which is my biggest baby yet. My previous baby Aurora, she was 6 pounds like 1 or 2 ounces. She was very, very tiny. She was my tiniest. And then the other girls were 6'12" and 6'15" or something like that. So this baby is, like I said, my biggest baby yet. Yeah, we're just so very excited to have our son in our life, and all the girls, of course, are loving it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna wrap this video up, and let me know if you have any questions or comments or anything below. Love to hear from you, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.